think in some ways the booing has almost divided Liverpool supporters. So there was a lot of people who were very unhappy with it. And there's obviously people who feel a lot stronger about it, hence why they booed. But I think in some ways, I think people who felt so strongly about it, it'll almost be out of the system, I would say, to a certain extent. I think if he did play, there still might be a few murmurings of boos, but I don't think it'd be at the level that we saw last week. But what I would say is, you'd have to look at the manager a little bit and say, oh, you look at it now, and it's easy saying with hindsight, was that the cleverest thing to do? You know, Conor Bradley was on a yellow card. He still wanted to win the game. It was a big game against Arsenal. I get that. So I'm not going to criticise the manager. But what I do think the manager should do now is he shouldn't be starting him in the next 2 games anyway, which I don't think he would have, regardless of the booing. But I think this has got to come into his mind in terms of what changes he makes. I mean, unless Conor Bradley really needs to come off the pitch, leave him on there for the 2 games. I don't think Trent needs to be involved. There's no reason at all why he needs to be involved at Brighton. Because what will happen here is Trent will just keep becoming the story. And the manager will be asked about Trent in the press conference before the game, obviously because it's on the back of the last game. Now, the most important thing, and I've said all season, even when I've been critical of Mo Salah, and I've spoken about the 3 of them going, sorting out the contracts, the most important thing was Liverpool winning the Premier League. And Liverpool have got a big celebration. They've had one against Tottenham. They've got another big one in terms of when they lift the trophy. No one can overshadow that, especially a player who's not there next season and has decided to leave the club. You know, so for me, I don't think he should play in the next 2 games. I don't think he can still come on the pitch and lift the trophy and get his medal at the end of the game, whether that means he has to be on the bench that game or he can come on in his kit afterwards, because I'm sure there's players who won't make the bench who still qualify for a medal, stuff like that. So I think there's 2 reasons. He's not here next season. He doesn't need to play. The title's won. And Liverpool don't need the circus that has just been created in these last few weeks around the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation to overshadow anything and be the narrative and the talk. It's about Virgil van Dijk lifting that trophy on that last game of the season. So I think the manager should just stay away from putting Trent on the pitch.